Hello and welcome to Art from Heart Beyond the Canvas. We're your hosts. I'm Avni Shriram, the founder of Art from Heart, and this is Mohana Chavali. She's the podcast lead at Art from Heart. Today, we're diving into the world of website design and its connection to the arts.
And today we're thrilled to have Ms. Upuya Akyung as our guest. To learn more about her, Upuya Akyung is a co-founder of Vi, a digital design company offering brand design, website design, and project management services. Vi means to see or to envision in Samoan. The Vi team is rooted in their desire and passion to help clients share their stories through digital media, the story of their people, community, products, services, and dreams. Vi empowers small business owners and entrepreneurs to build, grow, and put their brand out into the world. Upuya is a native San Francisco Bay Area, a community organizer and leader. Her entrepreneurial history represents the vision she has for building businesses and groups as a massage therapist who helped develop Google's worldwide massage therapy program. She founded Silicon Valley's first massage incubator, Kua Body LLC, in Los Altos and Pleasanton. In 2016, she created a grassroots nonprofit organization, WILA, Women's Entrepreneurs Launch, to help support aspiring and active women, small business owners in local communities. In 2020, during the pandemic, Vi was created to help small business owners gain an online presence. And more recently, Upuya expanded her massage incubator into the first multidisciplinary wellness studio, Kua Wellness in Los Altos, California, the heart of Silicon Valley. Upuya has a degree in social work and a master in counseling psychology. Thank you for joining us today, Ms. Upuya. We're excited to have you as our guest and share your journey with our audience.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we just wanted to first ask you, what initially inspired you to pursue your field?
So the story of Vi is actually directly impacted by the pandemic. So by profession, I'm a massage therapist. I've been practicing for 24 years. And during the pandemic, our business was shut down for over a year. And so during that time, we were unemployed. None of us were practicing massage because we weren't allowed to be in a small space, a small room with, clients or individuals. So in the state of California, massage was not allowed unless it was in a clinical or a medical setting. And I had a team I already had a team that I was working with Kua, and they were my marketing team, my admin. And what happened is I had two teammates who had a background in graphic designing. So we did a little pivot, and I decided, there's so many small business owners who are in need of social presence, marketing, websites, brand design, social media. And during the pandemic, we weren't able to go to stores. We weren't able to, come together or be in public. So the one way to really help business owners showcase themselves was creating a social presence, which was website designing or social media. So Vi was born in 2020, October 2020, during the pandemic, with my colleagues and partners, Juliana Stoy and Ariana Ibarra. And so we decided, let's support small business owners and getting their business featured online. And so we helped design websites for a handful of business owners. And then we continue to do that today. So we do brand design, which is about, logos, colors, your topography, and then also social media management or newsletters. So that's another way of helping people, helping business owners market their product or their services, and also be in front of them as well. So the creative side of this is the ability to take someone's business vision or their vision of their how they want their business to look like on social or in a newsletter. So we take those concepts, those ideas, the colors that they're interested in or like, and we design it via a newsletter, the social media, their website. So if you were to go onto our website, you'll see all the different business owners that we've featured. And so that's kind of the premise of Vi. So I continue to do Vi as well as the massage piece of it. And there's so many parallels with creating this design company because it's so tied to what I already do as a massage therapist. Because as an incubator, or this studio in Silicon Valley, these practitioners come on board and they all need some kind of website designing or branding or logo. And so it's an opportunity for us to kind of pass it forward, pass it on, support their practice. So that's really the premise of it. But I'm inspired in that I get to support other business owners, have a beautiful, professionally designed presence and brand. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And I know that just the design aspect and social media for a business, it's all like really important, especially now with like the growing use of social media and just online platforms. So that's really cool to hear.
Yeah. Based on what you just mentioned, I wanted to ask, how was the transition from massage therapy to website design? Like, was that like something that was already familiar, or was it something like completely new that you were trying to explore?
I wouldn't say there was a lot to learn because because I started Kua Body back in 2014, which is basically I had a 6-year runway until I built Vi. And so I already had, as a small business owner, some experience, a lot of learning curves, when it comes to brand awareness, how to design and lay out a website, how to really create a beautifully pattern for your social media, right? So like aesthetics really matter too. So I already had like a good 6-year runway, as I mentioned, in understanding the aspects of marketing and the newsletters. So I already had, I didn't have formally a software that I use for newsletters, but over time I learned how to use, there's a platform called MailChimp. So I leverage that, and it gives you the ability to design and brand your own newsletter. And so it's been super helpful. It's very efficient. You collect the email addresses, and then you can customize every newsletter that goes out depending on the topic. So it's been complementary. It's supported my ability to transition to Vice. So now I can actually relate to customers and clients and organizations who are trying to understand, how do I create a professionally looking brand or a site? So that it goes hand in hand. I feel like the experience I've had as building my own business, and then the entrepreneur organization that I created, we had to brand that. We had to come up with the logo. I had the same graphic designers help me kind of create that vision, that look, and then also showcase the mission of this nonprofit that I created. So I would say some of the components that I learned, or the aspects of creating a digital design company, is it's just like the contracts. So when you're working with clients in this capacity, it could be a 5-page contract, or it could be a 20-page contract with the scope of work. You structure, like, what are you going to outline in terms of what your deliverables are going to be, and then the terms and all of that. That's actually a vital part of running a business, is having a solid contract, and that, payment plans, or how is that going to be structured. So that's one thing that I'd say was a learning curve for me, and just keeping track of clients, and that that's because it's one thing to have massage clients who just come in maybe weekly, but with the digital design client, it's meeting with them periodically to make sure that we're on point, that we are creating something that's they're looking for. We're on point in terms of their ultimate outcome. So does that help?
Yeah, that's great to hear. So talking more about your design, what are some areas that you drew inspiration from to be more creative, and how did that creativity connect with your field of work?
So I wish my colleague Juliana was online here to share, because she is truly the graphic designer and designer of the brands or the websites, but I have watched her and worked so closely with her. And I think for me, the inspiration comes from listening really carefully to our clients. And it's not just me and my creative interests, but I think listening and gathering as much information from the clients, because again, VI means to envision, to help you take this vision that you have in your mind, in your heart, and then putting it on a platform. And so it's always exciting to complete a project, and it's something that's this person wanted, and it's real. People can go on their site, learn about their background, see the images that they've created, the photography, the messaging that's on the website, even on social media, whether it be different events that they're featuring. So the creativity comes in the collaboration together. So I'm sure as both of you are artists, we glean from everything, our environment, the people that we interact with, the settings, the experiences, the stories. Like when someone told us about she's a health coach, she is a mom of 4 girls, and what inspired her to create her business. She's a health and fitness coach. She knows she needs to be active. So we wanted to create a website that was reflective of her vision, and it was, beautiful colors, and it was, it was clean, it was bright, and it showed her moving and delicious food that's on her site. So I'd say that hopefully that helps in terms of answering that question.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that too, because things that are around, like for me, when I dance, the people that I'm communicating with or the people that I'm presenting to definitely make a difference in how the art form is conveyed.
Right.
So I think that also adds more beauty to the art that we are doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then this is just a fun question, but can you share a humorous mistake that you encountered in your journey and what you learned from it?
Well, let me just go with this, and then let's see if it becomes humorous. So I have learned quite a bit in the last 10 years of running a business. And with VI, it's been, a good 4 years. And I've learned lessons about people skills, dealing with, tricky situations, tricky clients, or staffing. It's the interpersonal skills that I feel that have been one of my biggest challenges, is learning how to, be diplomatic, knowing how to communicate well, how to be fair, and, at the same time firm and strong and clear in my mission and my goal and what is important to me in the business, the overall business. So those are some great big lessons. It seems like it's a lot of it's people related, because these are unknowns to you. So you can have like a process, or in terms of like how I run my studios, right? How we run meetings. Those are pretty straightforward. But sometimes when you're interacting with people, you just don't know their behaviors and how they're going to respond or react. So that has been one of my greatest lessons. And another situation that happened it's not so much directly related to VI, but it's part of, I had to build a structure. It's a 13-room facility in Los Altos. And that was one of the hardest lessons I've learned, is just how to negotiate. So those are huge lessons of how to negotiate, how to be firm, how to be clear, calling upon different experts to help me, do this negotiation, reading the contract. So those are, they seem they're tedious, but they're super important to running a business. So lessons learned were just again, how to structure that. It's so funny. I can't think of anything. I don't know if these lessons were really that funny. They were actually, some of them made me cry. But goodness, that's such a good question. If I can come up with a story, I'll let you know. But nothing's really coming to mind right now. But I hope that helped.
Yeah, no, that was fun to hear. I think it is important to learn how to talk to people because especially nowadays, everything is about communicating, collaborating. I think learning about that itself is something really valuable that everyone needs in their life. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I can also like understand like as a business owner just interacting with customers. I think like each experience with a customer is like unique. So I bet like some can be like giving you different feelings, like some can be funny, some can be a little bit stressful or like any other feeling. So I think that totally makes sense.
Yeah, thanks. But I mean, it's great. It does make me think of like, we do need to learn from these lessons, but also take it with a grain of salt. Like it's being lighthearted about it, because they can be tough lessons to learn. I mean, it didn't feel good at the moment, but looking back, I'm like, whew, I dodged a bullet there. It's like, I'm glad that this is over with. And I can look back and like, what a relief, I'm glad that I was able to write it out. I was able to navigate. I was able to figure out solutions or pivot and work it through. Because one thing is like, in terms of these types of lessons is not to be afraid to ask for help or for guidance. Because sometimes you're going to get stuck. Even in school, you're going to get stuck and you have to ask for help. And even in the big world, it's like, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. And my hope is that we learn from them instead of shy away from them. So again, I don't have anything humorous, but I think the point of your question is just, what are some takeaways? What are some lessons learned from these moments, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This one's also kind of interesting, but if you could collaborate with anyone, who would it be and what project would you envision together?
Oh, wow. That's a good one too. There's an individual that we collaborated with. Well, actually, I take that back. We didn't really collaborate with. We reached out to him because he's such an amazing artist and graphic designer and he just has this ability to take a concept and like our client's concept and just create this beautiful outcome. And I think because of his background and his experience working with big companies and understanding how to interface with clients and the kinds of questions to ask and how to really take lead in these meetings. Sometimes these meetings can be they can be a little tricky because if it's a new person that you've never really interacted with, don't really know their background, they're not quite a referral, is understanding how to lead that initial meeting and helping them when it comes to understanding who we are, what we can offer them. So it's a little bit of the selling part. That piece is being able to show them that we do have the ability, the skills to help take their vision, their concept, and create this beautiful outcome. So I don't have any person in mind, and this is the only person that comes to mind because of his success rate. I mean, we're talking products that are close to $20,000 to $50,000. These are huge projects. Again, I don't know. I don't have anyone in particular that I would say that that comes to mind at this point. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, it can be anyone because I know just like collaborating with a person from like a different background or with a different skill set, that can be like a really cool project where like everyone can kind of learn something new and that makes the project special. So it can be anyone.
Right. That's great. No, it's a great question. It's no one's coming to my mind right now. I will have to say, kind of piggybacking off of the other organization that I started, WILA. So that organization itself, because it's a mixed industry, these group of women, because they come from, whether it be the financial or the arts or real estate or the health and wellness, again, like finance, I love that ability, is to be able to collaborate with those group of women because of their background, their training, their expertise. That is actually, and we're actually, to be honest, right this month we're launching, it's called WILA Connections. And it's an opportunity to collaborate with these different individuals, these women who are running their own businesses in different parts of the Bay Area. So I'd say these are the folks that I've enjoyed collaborating with, and I've utilized their services already when it comes to like mapping out my budget, understanding my profit and loss. That's really important as a business owner. And then also like, how to deal with clients, how to deal with staffing, when you're hiring or firing. Those are really vital parts of running a business. So with Vi, understanding how to write up contracts, as I mentioned earlier, those are really important pieces to running a business. So those collaborations are vital for our, longevity, is having these relationships in the community, these business owners who have so much, background and experience.
Yeah, no, that's amazing, because I can kind of envision how, like, just meeting people with a lot of different skill sets, how that can help everyone in their own like projects or businesses or whatever they're doing, just like getting insight from a lot of different people. So that's really cool. Yeah, and then I think our last question kind of ties into this too, but it's just, what is one key piece of advice you would offer to young people pursuing their passions?
Oh, that's a great question. I am a strong proponent of identifying that passion, believing in that passion. Like literally today, I started journaling again. And I wrote down that, because it's the start of the year, right? January 2nd. And my advice is trust that passion, believe in your passion, write down your passion, tell people about your passion, because a passion is only real until you speak it, until you write it down, until you live it. And so I think sometimes young people have a hard time identifying what their passion is. And it doesn't come until maybe, and that doesn't manifest until later in life. But I think it's important to try and experiment with different things, explore. Like I know that you do a few other hobbies, right? I mean, you are an ice skater, right? And you're a pianist. And so exploring and experimenting and dabbing into different things, whether it be the arts or if it's hands-on type of work, or it's people types of projects, is I think it's not to not be afraid of pursuing it and talking to different people who are in the industry. So if there's people that or maybe finding someone in the community that you can talk to, volunteer if it's a venue that offers the type of passion that you're interested in, or career that you're interested in, is exposing yourself to that, before, because you never know, it might change, it might switch. But I think writing it down, speaking it, pursuing it, living it out, researching it, is what I would say in terms of some advice for young people in terms of pursuing their passion. I have to say one more thing, because I'm trying to think of myself back when I was in high school, and I knew it was talking to different people, having different experiences, traveling, going on, trips with my parents, exposing myself to different settings and different people, and is going to make a big difference in being clear about what your passion is. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I think it helps you solidify it, and it gives you more opportunities to really find out what is that? What am I really interested in? Because I was a school counselor, and now I'm a massage therapist running a digital design company and a founder of a nonprofit. So my passion has always been is helping people and creating community, and that's my passion. And I can see that thread when I was a young girl up until today.
Yeah, no, that was very insightful. And I think like as high schoolers, we're also like at a time when we're like exploring a lot and like joining a lot of clubs or just being a part of many like curricular activities. So I think just like doing more exploring and like being open to what we want to do is like important during this time. So yeah. So thank you so much, Ms. Apuya, for sharing your incredible journey and your insight with us today. And it's been a pleasure hearing about your experiences and the passion that you bring to website designing and entrepreneurship and all of the activities you're involved with. And I'm really sure that our listeners gained a lot of valuable inspiration from your story today. And to everyone who's listening, thank you for joining us on our second episode of Art from Heart Beyond the Canvas. And we hope you really enjoyed this conversation as much as we did. Be sure to subscribe and stay connected for more exciting episodes exploring the intersection of art and creativity in all its forms. Thank you.